The hangar bay of the diplomatic station hummed with the usual cacophony of starship engines and welding torches. Furk wiped grease from his calloused hands. His brown eyes focused on the fuel injection system he'd been recalibrating for the past 3 hours. At 32, he'd become the station's most requested mechanic. Not because he was the fastest, but because he actually cared about the ships he touched. Mechanic Verk, a prissy voice echoed through the bay. The ambassador requires your presence immediately. Verk sighed, grabbing a rag to wipe his hands properly this time. Whatever political nonsense the brass had cooked up now, it would probably waste his entire afternoon. The ambassador's office gleamed with sterile perfection that made Ver uncomfortable. Ambassador Chun stood beside a holographic display showing the Krillian Empire's insignia, a 7-pointed star wrapped in what looked like tentacles. We've received a gift from Emperor Xthor of the Krillian Empire. A gift, sir? His daughter, Princess Elsa. Chun smiled slightly. As part of the new alliance treaty, she's been sent as a cultural liaison. You've been selected as her assigned guide and translator. Verk frowned. Sir, I'm a mechanic, not a... The Emperor specifically requested someone who works with their hands. Someone genuine, Chun said, his tone suggesting there was more to the story. She arrives in 20 minutes. As Verk made his way to Dock 7, he overheard 2 human diplomats whispering near a viewport. Did you see the transmission? She's enormous. The Emperor's playing games with us, sending his fat daughter like we're a dumping ground. I heard she's been rejected by 3 other alliance species. They all found her repulsive by Krillian standards. Verk's jaw tightened. He'd grown up in the slums of New Mumbai, where people were judged by what they could do, not how they looked. The casual cruelty of the diplomatic corps always surprised him. The Krillian shuttle descended with elegant precision, its bioluminescent hull pulsing with soft blues and purples. The airlock hissed open, and Princess Elsa emerged. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, with the characteristic forearms of Krillian royalty. Her skin shimmered with an opalescent quality, shifting between deep purples and soft lavenders. But what struck Verk wasn't her size or her weight. It was her eyes, large, expressive, and filled with an exhausted weariness that he recognized all too well. Princess Elsa, Verk said, bowing slightly as protocol demanded. I'm Ver. I'll be your guide here. Her translator device chirped before her melodious voice came through. You may skip the formalities, Mechanic Verk. I'm quite aware of why I'm here. My father's idea of a joke. Send the embarrassment to the humans. See if they're desperate enough to accept anything. Verk met her gaze directly. Your father sounds like an ass. Elsa's eyes widened. Then she made a musical chirp that the translator rendered as laughter. You have no idea. Over the following week, something unexpected happened. Ver showed Elsa the parts of the station that tourists never saw. The engine rooms where crew sang working songs from a dozen worlds. The observation deck where off-duty workers gathered to watch the stars. The small garden bay where someone had managed to grow actual tomatoes. Elsa absorbed everything with genuine curiosity, asking questions that showed a deep technical mind, often spotting inefficiencies in systems Ver had overlooked. She had studied engineering before her father decided such pursuits were unbecoming of a princess. On Kriya, she explained one evening as they sat in the hangar bay, watching Ver work on a stubborn plasma conduit, excess mass is associated with laziness, weakness. The Emperor's court is full of people who look like they might snap in a strong wind. She laughed bitterly. I was always hungry, always wrong. Verk set down his tools. Want to know what I see when I look at you? She tensed. I can imagine someone real. He wiped his hands, choosing his words carefully. Everyone up in the diplomatic levels, they're all sharp edges and fake smiles. You're genuine. You get excited about hydraulic systems. You laugh at my terrible jokes. You helped me recalibrate that Tau-class freighter even though you're a princess and technically didn't have to do anything. Elsa's skin flushed a deeper purple. I enjoy your company, Ver. You treat me like a person, not a political statement or a punchline. That's because you are a person. A pretty amazing one, actually. The relationship that developed between them surprised everyone, including themselves. Ver found himself looking forward to their evenings together, teaching Elsa about human culture while she shared Krillian history and technology. When they finally kissed, a careful affair given their different physiologies, it felt like the most natural thing in the universe. 3 months later, Emperor Xthor sent a transmission demanding his daughter's return. He had arranged a marriage to a Krillian general. Ambassador Chun called Ver to his office. The Emperor is furious that his joke has backfired. Apparently, The human mechanic falling for the princess wasn't part of his plan. She's not going back, Verk said flatly. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. Verk leaned forward. Elsa applied for political asylum this morning, and I checked the regulations. She qualifies. Chen's eyebrows rose. You've been studying interstellar law. Elsa's been teaching me. Turns out she's brilliant at it. Ver smiled. Also, we're getting married next month. That makes her a human citizen by marriage under the Unified Worlds Charter. The Emperor can be as mad as he wants. The ambassador actually laughed. You know what, Ver? I'm approving it. 6 months later, Verk and Elsa opened their own ship repair facility on the edge of the station. She handled the technical designs and client relations while he did the hands-on work. Their reputation grew quickly, the human mechanic and his Krillian wife who could diagnose problems other engineers missed. One evening, as they watched the stars through the viewport of their modest apartment, Elsa leaned against Ver, her forearms wrapped around him in a way that had become comfortable and familiar. Thank you, she said softly. For what? For seeing me. Not what I was supposed to be. Not what my father wanted me to be. Just me. Ver kissed her forehead gently. Thank your father for me, actually. What? Why? He tried to insult humanity by sending us what he considered worthless. Instead, he sent me exactly what I always wanted. Someone brilliant, kind, and real. Someone who'd rather fix engines than attend parties. Someone who laughs at my jokes and makes me want to be better. Elsa's skin glowed softly, a sign of deep contentment. Humans have a saying, don't they? One person's trash is another's treasure. Then I'm very glad, she whispered, that you found value where my father saw none. In the hangar bay below, ships came and went, carrying passengers and cargo across the stars. But in that moment, Ver and Elsa had everything they needed, each other. And the knowledge that sometimes the universe's best gifts come wrapped in unexpected packages, delivered by people who never understood their worth. The Emperor's joke had become humanity's triumph. Not through military might or political maneuvering, but through something far more powerful. The simple act of seeing worth where others saw weakness and choosing love over prejudice. That Ver thought as he held his wife close was the most human thing of all. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.